What makes you support the event today?
Oh, well, I'm good friends with Sarah, who runs the show here, and last year was my first year here, and I was blown away. It's such a like holistic experience. It's in our industry, there's a lot of sort of events like this, but I feel like what she's doing with her intention, with her events, with her mommy events and the health and wellness events that she does, I feel like it's a very immersive experience, and it's like highly educational, and I walk away from a day at Bloom with like mass knowledge, and like I actually do make big changes in just my big and small, and just of like my outlook on not just beauty but like self-care and stress management. So
What do you do for like self-care?
I like to take a bath before bed. I have problems sleeping, and always have my whole life, and so I've really dialed in my pre-bed routine. I'm like a little baby. I love to take a bath. I don't have alcohol like 2 hours before bed. That never makes I don't sleep well. I put my phone in the other room. I just got no electronics in my bedroom. Bedrooms are for sex and sleep, in my opinion. And I like to journal before bed. Sort of gets the thoughts out of my head, so I don't wake up in the middle of the night with my mind racing. So that's what I do. Really helps.
What do you think? Can social media like ruin relationships?
Can it ruin relationships? I think social media, you got to have a really healthy relationship with social media. I am on Instagram. I've made a choice with my own relationship with Instagram is I don't follow anyone I don't know. It's my friends, or I use it as a magazine. I love magazines. I still subscribe to like paper magazines, but we live in this world where that's harder to come by. They're getting thinner, and I think what's great about Instagram, because it's a visual medium, that I follow a ton of health and wellness sites. Mindfulness, meditation. Nat Geo, NASA, like plants, flowers. Like I feel it's a wealth of information and inspiration. You just got to really protect yourself with it. So I just try to get rid of all the noise on social media. Keep it as simple as possible.
What does a perfect Sunday afternoon looks like in your life?
Oh, I love being outside. Living in Southern California is such a gift, because we got the ocean, we have the mountains. The climate is so nice most of the year, and so I like to sleep in, have a cup of coffee, listen to the birds outside, journal, go for a hike. And then, I have 2 kids, play with my kids, go out, but get them outside, try new things, be adventurous, no schedule.
What would you say if like your kids would come over and say, I'm gonna get a tattoo now or a surgery?
Oh, well, I have 6 tattoos, so I like tattoos. They'd have to be 18, though. Surgery? You mean like plastic surgery? I think in terms of plastic surgery, I think as long as you're doing it for the right reasons, I think go for it. Like, I don't judge any of it unless it's filling this sort of emptiness inside. If you haven't dealt with what's happening underneath, it's just gonna, it's gonna create some problems. And I think that's when things sort of get uncomfortable. But do your thing. I don't think though teenagers should be. I mean, I think you need to be a grown up. So like mothers getting their teenage daughters boob jobs. I don't really support that.
I do understand.
Yeah. So, right on.
Okay, one last question. Is there anything you can tease us about like your life?
Well, I'm in the middle of actually developing a reality show that's focused on, it's at very early stages, so I don't want to talk about it too much, except for I've dialed in things that are important to me, which is community, and community, and really authentically getting to know each other again, and knowing your neighbor, and us all living in the world together again, and removing the isolation and the polarization of sort of the vibe that's around us right now, which is really isolating. I think it's making us very, very sad and lonely. So community is the focus of this. Yeah.
Thank you for talking to me, and have a nice day.